to another edition of ETTWomenTV. My name is Vanessa Capes.
Lynette Barbieri.
And we are the founders of the entrepreneurial think tank for women. And today we're bringing you another one of our fabulous members. Again, last names and
Laura
Rokosz.
See, I have to do it phonetically. I have to spell it.
And you are the founder of Egglrock Nutrition.
Correct.
And also the recent founder of your own radio
talk show.
Eat Right with Laura.
Eat Right with Laura. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Oh, sure. I'm a retired pharmacologist from the pharmaceutical industry, but I also have a PhD in food science and a long-standing relationship with the Rutgers Food Science Department. So knowing my two skills, my expertise in food and nutrition, I thought, you know, I really want to use these two, this knowledge base to bring what I think is a more effective strategy for health and wellness. So I retired from the pharmaceutical industry to learn more about human health.
Yeah.
And that's how Egglrock Nutrition evolved.
Actually, when you launched your radio show, like I listened to your backstory, and I was really fascinated by the fact that you were a scientist. Like I was like, oh my God, like
one of those super smart ones.
Exactly. Not only is she a super smart chick, but the fact that you're using that that knowledge to really back what you're doing
people,
today
absolutely.
to really help people. So it's not like, you know, I mean, no pun intended or no offense to people who are on a wellness path, but you really know
Your stuff.
your stuff. So that to me was really fascinating. I mean, and the fact that we can say, you know, there's two scientists in our group. Like
Yes, we have very, very smart women. Thank God for us.
You know, I know you're emphasizing the smartness, but I want you to know that smart is something that evolves. You can become smart.
Yeah.
I want everyone to know that when I took my SATs,
Yeah.
I got the score that you get for writing your name.
Oh my God.
So just know
Yeah.
that
Oh, I
if you
believe
put
that.
your mind to it,
A test doesn't
you
mean
can
But that's also
acquire
something that I've learned
knowledge.
through getting to know you, is just that you are a person that tends to follow through with, you know, when you have come to our workshops or if you've learned something new, I actually see you putting that into practice, and that's something that you know you need to do to not just make your business successful, but to just for personal development purposes. So what would you say as you decided to go on this journey, you know, you decided to retire, has been like one of the challenges for you in this field specifically?
Definitely going from an executive salary to nothing.
Yes. Well, a lot of people,
Don't we all know that?
a lot of people do that. And what did you just call it? A leap of faith, which
yeah.
everybody needs
Yeah.
at some
Yes.
point.
Yes.
And we were just recently talking about, you know, how everything happens. That's something that Lynette and I have always said when we met, we were supposed to meet. But haven't you found that serendipity has kind of been there for you to kind of like have your back? And, you know, you've decided to go this path and the opportunity shows up.
Right.
Because you've been prepared and you've been on that path. So that's
And you have to know that you're investing in yourself. So
Yeah.
you need to do things that are going to be an investment. And somebody was looking out for me, and everything that I invested in really paid off.
Yeah. That's
That's
great.
great.
What would be the one piece of advice that you would give to a woman who decided to retire from a corporate field, or who is just waking up today and saying, you know what, I'm going to start that business that I've been dreaming about for 10 years? What would you say to them?
What a great question. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Don't go down the rabbit hole. You cannot, there's nowhere to hide. You have to get out there. And even if it's not getting out there and making money, it's getting out there and meeting people. You know, you can still be introverted, but you can't go down the rabbit hole and think that you can create things underground and then pop up out of the hole and say, woohoo, look at what I did.
Yeah.
You kind of have to get out there using the tools that you gals have taught me how to use to grow my business.
How do you get out there? How would you suggest to somebody who hasn't been out there to get out there?
Easiest thing, I started, so I kind of gave a little presentation like that. I started by joining the YMCA. So I joined the YMCA in my town. YMCAs are very community friendly, and they host events.
Yeah.
All right, so from the YMCA meeting, that is how I learned about the Chamber of Commerce in my town, and then from there I joined other chambers. But I did something else that was really helpful. All right, I am a media wonk. I read my guilty pleasures. I read the newspaper. I actually read a hard copy paper. I have a
I
guilty
do
pleasure. Every morning I read the Star Ledger from cover to cover, and every night I read the New York Post. So I get the left and the right.
Yeah.
All right. But on Thursdays there's a health section, and the last page in the health section lists every health event in all of New Jersey.
Okay.
And when I started, I opened up that page and checked off every
Every single
single
one.
thing that I
Smart
thought I
of
could
you.
go to, and I went to every single one, and if I really liked the presentation, I asked the speaker to share their slides with me.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's
a great
awesome.
tip. Well, and you, I'm sorry, because
No, I
this
was
is
just
so
gonna
good.
say, 20 years ago, when I got involved in my own business and finance, I didn't know a lot about it, and I had moved away from my hometown for many years, and I went back there for a year, and now I started a business, and I'm starting when I don't know anybody anymore, and that's what I did. I looked in the real papers, and anything that I could relate to. There was a women's group, there was an Italian-American group, my husband's last name's Barbieri, I could do
Yes.
that. There was an Irish-American group, my maiden name's Norton, I could do that. Anything I thought I could do, I would go, and I didn't
Yes.
even exactly know the purpose, and I hardly talked about myself, but I would go to Friendship Farm, and that's what I tell everybody, just get out.
And people would be surprised, like when I started my business, my first business, which was a jewelry business, I was actually wearing one of my necklaces, and I was taking my son to the dermatologist. And in conversation with the receptionist, she's like, well, do you know that we have people come here and set up shop? And I was like, really? Would you allow me to come and set up
Right.
shop
So
here?
you never know where you're going to find
You
it.
never,
never
and
know.
from that, it
Right.
spiraled into a fair in New York
Yes.
City. From there,
Yes.
it went into boutiques. Like, you never know where, but you have to be open to putting yourself out there. So, you know, to kind of close with that
Even
question.
if you don't know
like-
what you're doing, and I didn't,
and
just
ask
do it, you'll
questions.
figure it
Don't be
out.
afraid to ask questions. So, how can people find you?
They can find me on my website, www.egglrock.com. That's spelt EGGLROCK.com. So it sounds like eagle, like the bird, but spelled like Eggle.
Eggle.
But my logo is an eagle. It's a soaring eagle,
Yeah.
which is just a visual so people know that I represent health and wellness.
That's
Very
awesome.
cool. And your radio show is on?
Is on WMTR Tuesday nights from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. So it's at night, and it's also live streamed. So if you don't get that station, which ends at about exit 120 off the Parkway, which I learned today, you can live stream it at WMTR.com.
And you want to hear last night's show, sorry.
Eat Right with Laura. Go to the podcast. You can go to the podcast and listen to my show from last night, where we discussed the pros and cons of medical marijuana, a super controversial topic in New Jersey right now. So I thought it was really great
Yeah.
to have that topic this week. I couldn't have picked a better time.
And all I will say to end is that watch out for Laura, because she's a firecracker.
She's coming up.
That's all I have to say. From the moment that we met you, a little over a year ago, I would say, I think that the evolution that we've seen, the growth that you've had, has been phenomenal. We wish you the absolute best, and can't wait to see more.
And thank you so much, and especially thank ETT Women for sponsoring my radio show.
Thank you so much. Take care, guys.